we go. I gotta get a read. Top of the 5th inning. Lakeland 3, Palm Beach nothing. Flying Tigers hit the road next week and return to Publix Field at Joker Marchant Stadium from June 4th to June 9th against the Jupiter Hammerheads. For tickets, visit LakelandFlyingTigers.com. Middle third of the Cardinals order, beginning with Cade Kretschmar. And he swings at the first pitch, hits it down the left field line. David Smith runs to the corner and runs out of room. It's 0-1. I'm really hoping that it's not a quick inning, although Castillo has been pitching quickly. And the reason for it is because we have a very special guest in the booth. We got my dad, Rich Puccio. Rich, how you doing?
I'm doing well, Joe.
Well, you know what? I think the best part is I didn't turn your microphone on.
Oh,
yeah, I think that'll fix things.
I'm doing well, Joe. Got quite an office here.
It's pretty nice, isn't it?
Very nice.
It's 0-2 on Kretschmar, by the way. Left-handed hitter against the right-handed pitcher. 0-2. Mrs. Lowe, 1-2. All right, so you've been to Publix Field a couple times. You helped get me down here. Pretty nice, isn't it?
Oh, it's beautiful. It's a AAA type of ballpark, and the atmosphere is great. Your mom and I have sampled the concession stand quite a bit since we've been here the last 3 nights, so we can give some ratings on some of the stuff you got selling here in the concession stands.
Good, we need it. I can't eat during the game, so you're our good representative. 1-2. On a rope, backhanded stop by Gonzalez. Throws to first in time. That is the first out as Cade Kretschmar grounds out to second.
Got a pretty good team to work with here, too.
Yeah, right now Lakeland's sitting second place in the West Division. 28-16 overall. 3 games off of Clearwater, and that series next week against the Threshers will be huge. Atkinson, the next batter. First pitch to the righty. Called strike, 0-1. With Rich Puccio, I'm Joe Puccio. I don't think I'd say that sentence ever. 0-1. Slider misses low, ball 1. Do any of the players remind you of a 12U Joe Puccio? 1-1 from Castillo. Slow roller, back to the mound. Castillo, left side of the mound. He gloves, but he can't make the play.
You know, Joe Puccio had the heart of a lion playing out there in the 12U leagues, and he's going to give you everything he's got. I think most of these guys out there are that kind of effort players that just might have a little more physical talent than you may have had at that age. But other than that, you know, I think you're pretty close.
I think that's what my basketball coach said during tryouts when we had the end of the week interview as Samuel Hernandez comes into the plate. First pitch to the righty. Back to the screen, a foul ball. It's 0-1. He said, you know what, Joe, you got a lot of heart. And I think that meant you will be third-string point guard. But
yeah, that's generally a comment reserved for a guy who's a good team guy and, you know, happy to be on the team. And
that's right. 0-1 pitch. Fastball, called strike, 1-1. My dad was my baseball coach up until what, age 14?
Yeah, I think right around there. Yeah.
Shout out to the Rush Henrietta Rockhounds. 0-2. That got him. Right up in the left arm of Samuel Hernandez. He reaches first. The Cardinals have runners at first and second base with 1 out. Lakeland on top, 3-0. You remember the story about me getting beaned for the first time?
Oh, I remember.
Tell that story to the
audience.
audience.
Yeah, that kid was throwing some pretty good gas from Penfield, New York. And I'm like, you know what? The one guy that's going to get hit with this is going to be Joe. And right in the middle of the back, it sounded like somebody dropped a pumpkin and hit the ground.
I must have had an egg on my back for, I don't know, a week, 2 weeks at the least. Here comes Trey Page. First pitch to the lefty. Misses low, ball 1.
You dug right back in there with that Derek Jeter-esque inside-out swing you had and kept right on going.
I'd always find a way to get it over the second base head. I wasn't the strongest kid, but I could poke it over the infield. 1-0 to Page. Ground ball right side, base hit in the hole to right. Rounding third, no. Atkinson gets the stop sign, and so the bases are loaded for the Cardinals. Rainer Castillo having some trouble something he has not faced so far in this start. Atkinson at third, Hernandez at second, and Page at first. Well, geez, we bring you in the booth, and now all of a sudden Castillo can't find it.
And I don't feel good about it.
Nick Green out for a mound visit, first one Lakeland's used today. What do you think about the mound visit rules, the ABS challenge system? Because you only get 7 mound visits. You can't, you played baseball back in the day where there wasn't any of those limits. So what do you think?
I love it. I think it's really good for the game. It's speeding up the game. All the things that it's taken away are really non-baseball related time spent. And I do like the challenge system. I even like the full automated. I think it just takes away the last thing that people can actually argue about on the field. So I think that's a good thing.
Mound visit over. Ross Friedrich to the plate. Bases loaded, 1 out. And here's the first pitch. Fastball, this is outside, ball 1. You had many arguments with umpires back in the day coaching high school baseball, or no?
Yeah, I always thought when our pitchers had close pitches, they were strikes, and vice versa. Obviously, that's the only thing you can really complain about.
Castillo 1-0. Misses low 2-0. And now you have a computer doing it all up here, so there's literally no reason to argue. And your grandma said that many times before. That's why he loves the ABS system.
Yeah, it's very cool technology.
Only in single A baseball and triple A, the ABS system. 2-0. Swing and a miss. Friedrich gets the green light. Comes up empty, 2-1. Friedrich's 0 for 1 today with a ground out back in the third. And so the reason for that is because you have all these spring training facilities that are pretty much AAA ballparks, like you mentioned. And then AAA is at the AAA level, so one step below the majors. They're doing the experiment there as well. 2-1. Swing and a miss. After falling 2-0 early, Castillo has fought his way back. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Atkinson at third, Hernandez at second, Page at first. Top 5, Lakeland 3, Palm Beach nothing. What does Castillo go with here? 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Big time punch out for Castillo. That's the second out here in the 5th.
I will say that once your contract expired as a 14-year-old baseball player, it did push you in the direction of what you're doing right now, which is pretty darn good, I would say.
Sure. I mean,
these golden pipes.
I didn't want to keep traveling to the game just to sit on the bench, that's for sure. Lisandro Espinoza, the next hitter. He lines it back to the screen foul. It's 0-1. Big moment here for the Birds. Can they somehow solve Castillo? 0-1. Misses low. It's 1-1. Sun shining on the field today. Not much shade on the playing surface. Some fans, including my mom, are definitely up in that shade up there. Isn't that right?
Oh, yeah. She's definitely up there.
1-1. Ground ball to left side. 2 hops to McGonigal. He throws over to first in time. Big time ground out. 2 fist pumps from Rainer Castillo into his glove as he gets himself out of the jam in the 5th. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, and 3 men left on base. We'll stay right here in the middle innings as we advance to the bottom of the 5th. Lakeland on top, 3-0. If you're just joining us, Joe Puccio here with my dad, Rich Puccio, spending Memorial Day weekend down here in Florida, getting out of, I guess I can't say snowy central New York anymore, but cooler, rainier central New York.
A little cooler. Sure. I think it's going to be about 65 today. It's not, not like down here. I've already gotten 27 holes of golf in the last 2 days, so short game was a little limited today. Little 44 down there in Cleveland Heights, but got it in and got ready for the game today.
You're no business complaining about your short game. You can't say, oh, it was shaky today. You don't play enough.
That is true.
You can't get mad at yourself.
I got to be down in this atmosphere a lot more to start to practice that and get a little better. But I don't have any problems off the tee down here so far. So I'm excited about our matchup tomorrow.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
Yes.
Well, golf is played so differently down here and up there. It's also sort of similar in baseball. Obviously, golf is, not standardized, and baseball is way more standardized than golf. But I was talking to some of these players before the season, and they said because Lakeland is an inland team, you don't get the bay breezes. You don't get the nice wind gusts. So the ball tends to sort of hang in the air longer here, tends to carry a little bit farther. And you've definitely seen that on display this weekend with, Max Clark out in center field making some diving catches with the ball hanging up.
Oh, yeah. Sitting in the fourth row yesterday, seeing that angle that he took, I thought there was no way. I thought it was a gap shot, no question. He covered so much ground and made that play. It was incredible to see that kind of talent out there.
So we're starting the bottom of the fifth inning. 3, 4, and 5 due up for Lakeland. Ryan Kreidler, Clayton Campbell, and Daneruis De La Cruz due up here in the fifth. Thank you for joining us here on the Flying Tigers Baseball Network with Rich Puccio. I'm Joe Puccio. Three righties due up. First pitch to Ryan Kreidler is in the air to right center. That is down for a base hit. One pitch, one single for Ryan Kreidler. He's now 2 for 3 on the day. In the middle of that at bat, by the way, Josh Bullock came in just to take a selfie. And did he not notice that there was a ball hit to the outfield?
No, he did not. But he is a solid human being. Ever since we got down here, he has been nothing but welcoming and
That's right.
Run such a good show down here.
I know I can throw jabs at Josh like that. Here comes Clayton Campbell. First pitch to the righty is sauced in the air, foul. It's 0-1. So, Dad, you grew up as a Yankee fan, but any early memories for you about the Detroit Tigers, potentially listening to them on the radio or seeing them on TV or anything like that?
Oh, yeah.
We'll get to that after this 0-1 pitch from Kublik. Mrs. High, 1-1.
I used to love the old Tiger Stadium. It was just so unique. But, yeah, Lou Whitaker and Alan Trammell, Jack Morris, that whole group.
1-1. Misses inside, 2-1.
Lance Parrish behind the plate. Those teams were really, really good teams and always tough.
What do they call it? Baseball on the corner? Is that right?
Yeah.
I think that's what they called it. Corner of Michigan and Woodard. 2-1.
Always liked Sparky Anderson as a manager when he was with the Reds, and then he came to the Tigers. And just really good tradition-rich baseball club.
It's 3-1 on Campbell, and I remember, I never saw a game at Tiger Stadium. I think I was born when Comerica Park opened. 3-1. Misses high for ball 4. So Campbell's on first. Lakeland has the first 2 runners aboard here in the 5th inning.
Those old stadiums were just so unique. That one especially was.
But wasn't right field, like the second deck was right on top of the
it would
first
hang
level?
over, yes. Yeah. There was like a picnic area and a mezzanine and all sorts of stuff.
Wild.
That was called, yeah. So it was definitely had a ton of character.
I wish I could go back in time and just sit down and watch a game from one of those old spots, because new stadiums are good, but those are the first ones. First pitch to Daneruis De La Cruz, misses high, ball 1. Still 3-0 Lakeland. Bottom 5. Flying Tigers have runners at first and second with no outs.
Really the only one left that you can still get a taste of that is Fenway, really.
Yeah. 1-0 pitch. Called strike at the knees, 1-1. We were just talking about this yesterday. I still have not been to Fenway for a game.
Right, we did the tour.
It's crazy.
There. We did the tour, but I've been to games there, but you have not. That's a weird one because you've been to most all of them.
Yeah.
In the East Coast, anyway.
Yeah, that's right. 1-1. It's in there, 1-2. I think I've been to every stadium in the Northeast besides Fenway.
That's it. Yeah.
And then we were at Tropicana Field about a month ago with the Flying Tigers, so that was the first game out of the Northeast I went to. 1-2. Misses high and tight, 2-2 to the right-handed De La Cruz.
What was your favorite one up there that we went to go see?
Favorite stadium?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can't say Yankee Stadium, right?
Correct.
Okay. 2-2. Grounded foul, still 2-2. If none of you knew, huge Yankee fan. Sort of, keeping that on the DL now. I think my favorite stadium, man, I really like Nationals Park. I was little for that. 2-2. In the air, foul ball. Probably goes right over Mom's head above section 202.
I think you like that one because you got a foul ball real early. One of the players threw one up to you.
Yeah.
Pretty early in that one. That really is what you based your experience on a lot.
Surely I didn't throw it into the bullpen after getting it. 2-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. And De La Cruz down swinging. First out here in the 5th. I also like that because you could see the U.S. Capitol from the distance. That was nice. Sorry. PNC Park in Pittsburgh. I'm sorry. That's the answer. That is not even close. I apologize to all PNC Park enthusiasts. First pitch to Patrick Lee. Misses below the zone. Ball 1.
You made it to Camden, right?
Camden, I was little.
Yes.
Like Roger Clemens was pitching.
Right. I couldn't remember if you made it to that one or not. But yes, we did.
There's a vision in my head where I can see Roger Clemens. 1-0. Dances into the zone. 1-1. That's like the only image I have from that day. It was at night. It might have been Mariano now that I think about it. I don't even know.
That might be my favorite.
Camden's beautiful. 1-1. Skips low. 2-1. And then I'm genuinely saying this not because I'm the broadcaster for the team, but the best minor league park I've been to is probably this one.
Oh, no question. I mean, I've only been to I've been to a few single A's, but this looks like better than any triple A that I've been to.
Yeah. 2-1. Heater misses outside. 3-1.
But you got to be quite the power hitter to get it out of this place.
Boy, 340 to each corner, 420 to dead center. Makes Fenway Park look like a wiffle ball field.
Popcorn Park.
3-1. Misses outside. Ball 4. All right. So Lakeland has the bases loaded with 1 out for the power threat, Jose De La Cruz. I see the pitching coach, Giovanni Carrera, getting out of his seat, and yeah, he is walking out of the dugout. He will burn the 3rd mound visit for the Palm Beach Cardinals in this inning.
Explain to me the thickness change in the Little Caesars pizza here at the stadium rather than if you got one off the street.
We might have to ask Little Caesar himself because I don't know what it is.
That was really good.
It's an excellent
in-stadium pizza, but it did not resemble what I would say is a traditional Little Caesars, but it tasted just like a Little Caesars, obviously.
I think this is called the super slice.
Okay.
So the super slice is a little thicker. It's more of like a pan, personal pan.
Okay.
And then, if you were to go to there's like 2 Little Caesars within 4 miles of this place.
Yeah.
It's definitely thinner.
Yes. Enjoyed the Dippin' Dots in the batting helmet as well.
Those I've heard are pretty good.
It's really
Kevin
good.
McGonigal's mom was telling me how great they are.
Yes. She enjoyed that as well. It was nice to meet that family. What a great group of people there.
Yeah.
Sharing the same hotel.
Mound visit over. Jose De La Cruz in that pink bat back in the right-handed batter's box. First pitch. Fastball misses outside. Ball 1. 3-0 Lakeland. Bottom of the 5th inning. Kreidler's at 3rd. Campbell's at 2nd. And Lee is at 1st with 1 out. Joe Puccio here with my dad, Rich. 1-0. In there, 1-1. De La Cruz is 0 for 2 on the day. Ground out and a strikeout. 1-1 pitch. Dots the outside corner. De La Cruz taps the helmet for a challenge, and it's a strike. So Lakeland loses its first challenge. Flying Tigers have 2 unsuccessful challenges remaining. Big time moment here for the Tigers. A little bit of a gap in right center field. Time's called. And for a moment there, I thought we had a pitch clock violation, but time's called by Hernandez. Only timeout used by the catcher. De La Cruz has another one. 1-2. Breaking ball lands in the zone for strike 3. The pink bat stays on De La Cruz's shoulder. He strikes out looking, and there's 2 outs in the 5th. Here comes Archer Brookman now. All right, Dad, with your high school baseball knowledge, bases loaded, 2 outs, what are you telling the hitter? First pitch to Brookman is bounced foul. It's 0-1.
Well, I think with 2 outs, you got to, frame up the pitch you want to hit and try to drive it somewhere. This group does such a good job of grinding out pitchers. They don't waste many at bats. They definitely have a great concept of the strike zone.
0-1. Curveball in there. Strike 2. Archer Brookman. 8 runs batted in so far this season and 1 home run.
He's definitely going to waste one of those breaking pitches here, I would think.
Brookman on the inner chalk of the right-handed batter's box. Kublik's 0-2 is skied on the infield. Villarroel at second, looks in the sun and makes the catch. You were right. Brought out the curveball, and that ends the inning. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 3 runners left on base. That was awesome, Dad. Thanks so much.
Hey, couldn't be more proud of you, buddy. And,
love you.
Keep working hard and keep having fun.
Appreciate you, Dad. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
All right, we're through 5 full innings here in Tiger Town. Top of the 6th coming up next. It's 3-0 Lakeland on the Flying Tigers Baseball Network.